Well, hello and good evening, everyone. Gregory and Robin here up in Bozeman. And we just want to start out and to all our favorite Canucks, all of our Canadians, we want to say a happy Canada Day to you because I know it's a special day in Canada for your independence. And we're very excited. And you can see I'm kind of getting dressed and ready for our special day coming up in 3 days. It's our 4th of July. It's the birth of America. It's our Independence Day. We celebrate freedom and fireworks. And here in Montana, it means barbecues and picnics and parades and rodeos and fireworks. And and we're just getting kind of ready. And it means we're going to see a lot of people we haven't seen in a while. And we know some of them are hurting, might need an Ice Wave or an Eon or an X39 because we never leave home without it. Is that right, Robin?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, so we're ready for all occasions and with intention. We really love helping people to live a more harmonious, healthy, and pain-free life, and to live longer, look better. And so Robin and I are very excited to spend a lot of time with family and friends this week coming up. And and we have some new family and friends that we're going to be introducing to you here tonight. And Robin, I'll turn the first part of the call over to you.
Well, you kind of said it. This is actually a really big week, being the first week of the month. Many people get a pay raise. There's a special and we get a pay raise. And there's a holiday and we get time off to be with people. So really take advantage of this time to really connect. And I say this over and over again, and I'll keep saying it over and over again, is it's a relationship business. So really develop those relationships with people you love and care about and be interested in them. And so we have things are very exciting in LifeWave land. And we're now in the second half of the year. We're in the third quarter. How can that possibly be? But anyway, let's jump into the agenda, honey.
Yeah, well, why don't you introduce Knut and Julie and turn this first part of the call over to them.
Well, that's my pleasure. When I met these two, oh my gosh, they're serious about business and they are focused and they are driving all over the place to work with where's the juice, and they are following that and they are building an amazing team and they are growing fast and they got a lot of those bonuses, by the way. Those manager and director bonuses, their team scored big time, and we get to hear from them this evening and two of their new directors. So let's turn it over to you guys, Julie and Knut, and I'm going to bow out and let you guys introduce your wonderful new directors and get some success tips from them. Over to you.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. Yeah, happy Canada Day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the 4th of July as well. I'm really, really pleased. What's going to happen tonight? I am going to introduce Steffani, and Knutson, then he's going to switch with me and he's going to introduce Leisa. So what I just wanted to say first is that I am so impressed and so happy for Steffani. She is putting in a lot of work, but the good stuff with the work. Okay, so she loves helping people. That's her core. And so she is involved in tennis, and that's how we met. And we have some other friends in the national tennis sort of sector. And Steffani tried the patches back in November of 2022. And then she had a great X39 experience. And then she started sharing, and wow, she really, really did a wonderful job of that. And now we're just so happy that she's now grown into the director level. And I'm going to ask her to come onto the screen so we can find out a little bit more about it. Hi, Steffani.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Why don't you just tell us a little bit about your life before the X39 and then a little bit afterwards?
Sure. So I had a very long career in high technology. I grew up in the Boston area, and Boston, Massachusetts is a high-tech hub. So I was in that industry for almost 40 years. And a little over a year ago, I left. I had already met Julie in November of 2022, as she mentioned, and had a great experience with the X39. And I was so excited, I started sharing with my friends and family immediately. And I was actually, I feel like my career had run its course. I wasn't that inspired anymore in the technology world, but I was so passionate about the patches. So I left that career and have never looked back. And I'm just really enjoying myself. And as Julie mentioned, I love helping people.
And you love going out to the events, doing that with tennis, and also now into the pickleball world as well. So you've had some great success there doing what you love.
Yes, exactly. I don't know if you want me to describe that, Julie, what I've been doing.
It's fine. Whatever you want to say. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, the first year I was, involved with the patches, I was reaching out to everyone I knew. But after a while, you run out of those people, the people that you know well, and you're reaching out to people you haven't spoken to in 30 or 40 years, and it gets a little awkward. So what I started doing earlier this year was going to sporting events. As Julie mentioned, I'm a competitive tennis player. So I've been working at sporting events, national tennis tournaments, tennis round robins, pickleball draft tournament, national pickleball tournaments, softball, and I patch people for free during the event. I patch them with Aeon and Ice Wave and Energy Enhancer, and they can feel something right away, and it leads to new customers or brand partners.
All right. So just maybe if you could just give us a couple of success tips that you think would be helpful for people that are aspiring to come through as a director and beyond.
Sure. I have four. I'll run through them quickly. The first is consistency. You want to do something every day to advance your business. You're building momentum and you want to keep that momentum going. So I think that's really important. Another is nurturing your team. In the technology industry, working with customers, we called it care and feeding. So it's very important to pay attention to your team, your customers, your brand partners, see how they're doing. With the patches, do you need to make any adjustments? Do they need to try new patches, add-ons, and so forth? And let them know about promotions. The promotion this week. If you learn something new that you think would be interesting to somebody, let them know and share. The next is to develop your managers. You can't become a director if you don't develop managers. So what I did this winter and spring is I actually, for a couple of months, sacrificed time to bring on my own personal enrollments to develop a couple of managers. So my personal enrollments went down for a couple of months, but then I had a couple of managers. So that worked out great. And then finally, to be creative, how are you going to meet your people? The people who are like-minded, whom you can relate to and they can relate to you. And for me, it's being in the sporting world. So, I can talk to people, we can relate about injuries, we can relate about competing and all kinds of things. So it's working out well for me.
That's fantastic. So I'm just going to have a look at a couple of things. You mentioned, balancing time with when you're developing managers and then your personal enrollments. So I just wanted to sort of reiterate that is, you do have to manage your time. And also when you find someone that you can work with, that makes all the difference, right?
It does.
And you never stop sponsoring, but you've got to have that extra little bit of time aside to help others come through. And I really liked what you said about being creative. Being creative with your list of people. Like sometimes, we have our friends list, and then we do run out of that. And we have to be creative. And I love the fact that you got out and you went into other areas and you met people, and we're developing great skills. We just keep growing. So I mean that was a fantastic tip. And then of course the consistency, because if we're not consistent, if we only do it every now and then, it's pretty hard to stay on topic with it. If I did it like once a week, but you were saying keep going. And I can say that Steffani sponsors very high. She has a very high sponsor rate. She's very effective. And you can see that she has been consistent, and looking at her coming through as director is perfect. That's how it's done. So
Well, thank you, Julie. And I couldn't have done it without the support of you and Canute. Julie and Canute drove 8 hours each way to help, or they actually presented at a meeting for me last summer. And that was just, they just have shown, you guys have shown an amazing amount of effort supporting all of us. So thank you.
well, as we say, you know, you said it, and then, you know, we find people that we can work with and that want something, and, you know, we help them. So congratulations, and thank you. And what I'll do, yes,
Thank
and
you very
I'll and what I'll do, I'll go off and I'll let Canute come on, and then Leisa will switch over. So okay.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Steffani. It's been an amazing time period now in terms of running out and meeting people, and I'd like to introduce you to Leisa. And it's one of those kind of funny stories how I came to meet Leisa. Julie and I was traveling a fair bit tail end of last year, and I think we had been sleeping in something like 20 different beds in the space of 10 or 12 weekends. I was we were on the road, spending time in a hotel room, going one way, and then spending time in a hotel room going the other way. And it was just ended up, my back was just killing me. My neck was just not good. So I picked up the phone, and the first one that answered the phone was Leisa. And little did I know that she's a firecracker. Got in there, we started talking, we built a pretty good rapport from the word go. And I think it was at the end, I was so groggy. I mean, it was a fantastic massage per se. Leisa, by the way, I should also mention the fact that Leisa is a medical massage therapist, licensed and everything else here in Florida. So that's how I got about meeting her. And I stumbled out, and I just went, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about, but I can't remember what, in the conversation. And in the hour the massage was taking place, so I stumbled out to the car, got myself a little card and an X39, and I think the rest, as they say, is history. So Leisa, if you could be kind to unmute yourself and pop your screen on, and just give us a little bit about your background, that would be awesome.
Hey everybody. Thank you, Knut and Julie. I just really didn't know what the next chapter in my life would be until I met you guys, and now it's just crystal clear. I love LifeWave. I love the company, and I really like how I really love helping people. That's been my business goal for the last 20 years with the clinic. And you know, it's just been a neat ride, and I never would have thought that stem cell technology would be so accessible for my clients. You know, of course for me first, you know, I mean, I wanted to have my experience so I could speak from experience. And it sure didn't take long. And then I was on fire. I'm still on fire. And I've now got a couple of the therapists at my clinic signed on as brand partners. I've got others that are, you know, looking hard, and they're coming on. That's pretty neat. But I think what's really nice is as I sign on or as I share, you know, the business end of it kind of follows. You know, people want to be able to pay for their patches because they're feeling the experience, and then they all of a sudden know, you know, all of these other people that they can help, and so it grows naturally. And I don't know, just you know, the serendipity at its finest.
Fantastic, fantastic. And we had a little launch event as well about a week ago. And leading into that, you have been speaking with other practitioners, you've been speaking with your clients as well. So what's 2 or 3 success tips that you would give people in and around how to connect with the people, and then follow up later on with maybe how to pay for your patches and leading it on that way?
Well, it's been kind of a learning curve because being a business owner practitioner, I have to bridge that gap between sharing LifeWave and the business model of it and maintaining my clientele. And so it's a little slower, I think, than some. But I've kind of coined the phrase the soft share, because I have to, or I like to, develop the relationships a little more, with clients that normally we talk every other week or whatever when they come in session. And so now I'm reaching out to them more and I'm learning more about their lives. So yeah, developing relationships is nice. Um, you know, building the team, and mentoring the team is something that I've enjoyed doing as a business owner with the therapists that work at the clinic. And so this is just a natural progression, to express how much I care and to be excited with people when they have their experiences, and then be there to answer the questions as they want to share with family and so forth.
Awesome. Because I know there's one thing that you and I have had quite a few conversations in and around, in and about, do we lead with the patch? Do we lead with the technology? Or do we kind of lead with the patch, see how this goes, and now we can kind of build on the rapport and lead people, guide people towards maybe just covering the patches or doing something, like, for example, your friend in just south of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So which one do you think which one works for you?
Well, it does kind of fall under, actually Tracy and I kind of came up with the term soft share. The technology speaks for itself, and and so patching people and just loving people through it. Um, you know, uh, Gosh, I don't really know. It just seems like a natural thing, the building of the relationships, sharing a patch or two and following up the next day. It seems to be working. People come back and they want to try it. It's a beautiful model that they can try for 30 days, as a wholesale brand partner. So that's a good point. That's a big sharing point. Hey, what have you got to lose?
Which is perfect, because what I'm hearing from both you and Steffani, it's that daily deliberate habit. So if you stick a patch on someone's neck or on the knee or wherever, and then following up in the next 24 hours to see how it went.
Yes.
And like with everything else, the success lies in the follow-up, I believe. We talked about that as well. So if you stick the patch on someone's neck and you don't follow them up, well, that's a wasted patch. So all kudos to the two of you, because you take the time, you give us a call. Should we do this? Should we do that? And that is also the great thing, is that because we are building a relationship as well as a team. So kudos to the both of you. Kudos to the bigger team. And I hope everybody in there on this meeting can appreciate that this daily deliberate action. That's what I'm hearing from both Leisa and Steffani. So thank you very much, both of you.
Yeah, and congratulations, Julie and Knut, and especially Leisa and Steffani. What delightful additions to the LifeWave family and community. And I love your fireworks, just like mine.
That's right.
And I love the soft share, because we're in the relationship business. We like to say we're in the sharing and caring business. And people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. So you start out by sharing and caring, that soft sell. So it's one of your secrets to success for sure. So congratulations to both of you. And what great leaders you are. And it shows by your growing team and these wonderful people that are joining it.
And what I heard from both of you was the team and, that it fit really well into your life and your lifestyle, and that you're looking for people where you share values. And so you're doing all of the right things. And I don't know if either of you have experience, but congratulations, because what you're doing is working and you've got an amazing team. Julie and Canute, they show up. They're there for you and you know it. And this is a team sport. And if you try to do it alone, it's harder, it takes longer, it's not as much fun, and it's clearly not as successful. And you guys have embraced the team so beautifully. And by embracing your colleagues is wonderful too. I love the be creative thing. But both of you are just a beautiful example of what unfolds when you care about people. And, everyone knows I always talk about relationships first, because Gregory says it all the time. People want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So taking that extra time up front to get to know them and what's important, and then the rest happens. And both of you come from this place of wanting to help people, and that we're in the sharing and caring business. So thank you and congratulations to both of you. I'm thrilled for you and excited to have you on our director's call and access more of your wisdom with our leadership mastermind on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks, guys or ladies.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm plural, not.
Yes, and Canute, I said. Yes. Yeah, you guys
Good.
are growing fast. It's wonderful.
Well, we have a few other quick things we're going to share tonight, and then let everybody get ready for their big holiday week or weekend, which has already started in Canada. It's on the verge of starting here. And we all woke up this morning to a wonderful surprise. Robin, do you want to talk about this special?
Yes. So once a month, David picks a product that he talks about. And this month he picked SP6. And so on well, it was in June actually, when he talked about SP6. This week he's going to talk about X39 and Neon, but the special is you buy a bundle and you get a free SP6. And I do invite everyone to go to the studies, and they're in Live Younger Success. They're under the library documents and resources as a science, or in your back office under resources and marketing tools. But take a look at the study, because many of us think it's just for cravings, but it does so much more. So please, we were on our trip, one of the leaders, Roy, he was wearing 3 SP6s, and his wife Juliana was saying he's just losing weight. His cravings have gone way down, but sometimes more is better. but you're going to get some free patches, and that's for this week. The 1st to the 7th is what it is. So buy a bundle and get a free SP6.
Beautiful. And let's see, our manager and director bonuses will be finishing up all the payments this week. We ran into a little trouble with Venmo. I apologize for delays getting some money out to all of you, but very grateful. And again, congratulations, Julie and Canute, because you got a healthy chunk of that money for you and your team. And Robin, you just mentioned this upcoming event. This Wednesday, the LifeWave Connect product webinar with David, and it's going to be featuring X39 and Eon.
So David is going through all the patches, one a month. And, for those of you that have never listened to David, it's a treat. For those of you that have, every time we listen to him, we learn so much. And he doesn't just talk patches. He really talks lifestyle. And that's such an important part of what we're doing here, is supporting people in a healthy lifestyle. So you can go to your back office under events and click on the link. At that time, it's 11 a.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday.
And I want to just acknowledge David keeping our focus on X39. And you notice this year, he's training X39 with Eon, X39 with SP6, X39 with all the different patches, but X39, he's acknowledging, as we all do, it's the tip of the spear. It's our hero product. It's foundational to all that we do. So learn learn from the master here. So let's talk about a couple of upcoming events in this month of July. In 2 weeks from now, myself and Connie Lucas, Dr. Tom, Lavelle and Mijay, and Cheryl Edmond, along with potentially a couple hundred other brand partners, are going to be gathering together in Corona, California. And if you're not familiar with Southern California, that's very centrally located. So people from the Inland Empire, San Bernardino, Riverside, Fontana, Ontario can get there easily. And it's really easy from people down south from Orange County and people to the west from Los Angeles to get there. So really encourage. And if you got folks who are going to be there, let us know so we can honor and support them any way we can. I'll be going there. I'm kind of leaving Robin to tend to home front, but you know, we just love getting together with getting together with our team everywhere, but we love getting together with our Florida team. So we're both going to be in Orlando for the seminar in California. It's just $5 for guests, and your guests are free. And we do appreciate your pre-registration. And I don't know why the link is not on here. I forgot to put it on here. But if you go to the What's New section of Live Younger Success, there's a hot link for the pre-registration with Eventbrite. And you know, and just brace yourself. It's an extra $2.50. So we get $5 to help offset the cost, and Eventbrite is charging us $2.50. So it's really $7.50, which I think all of our brand partners can afford. And in Orlando, it's going to be a spectacular event. It's a full day event where we're just doing really, you know, at 10 to 1 o'clock or 10 to 12 o'clock, 12:30. So about 2.5 hour event. Where in Orlando, it's going to be an all day event. And we got a special treat, a special message from David Schmidt that you're going to be delighted to hear firsthand when you come to that event. We're going to have a doctor's panel, lunch and business training, dinner on your own. And then the after party is always so much fun with a band and DJ. So everyone's welcome.
The team that plays together stays together. And Dr. Stacy actually did the interview with David that will be presented. So she said it went really, really well, and we're all excited to see it.
A personal interview with David just for this event. So, and the clock is ticking for Punta Cana. So, you know, there's still 27 days to begin your last day of senior director qualification. So, hello, directors. You know, we're rooting for you to cross that next threshold and get the senior director and maintain it for 6 weeks. If you're already a senior director, you only need to qualify 6 weeks, and they don't have to be continuous. But, you know, within 27 days, that's 6 weeks left. But there's still 62 days left. I hope everybody's tracking their Punta points. We have the wonderful Punta Point tracker, and you can find that in the What's New section of Live Younger Success. And you can also just click here, and it'll take you right to that section in Live Younger Success where you can download that point tracker. And the point tracker is a good way to just connect with your team on a weekly basis and just check in. How are you doing on your Punta points? You know, how many did you get last week? Wow, that's good. You know, whatever they did, that's good. Maybe it could be better, but you know, people just like to be encouraged. And I think it's important to check in and create some accountability. So next, 20th anniversary convention. You can, I think physical attention is pretty much sold out. Okay, I'm sorry to say, there's still a lot of people on the registration, on the notification list. A lot of people have already purchased their tickets. You may still be able to get your name on the waiting list. And with the current waiting list and the people that already purchased a ticket have pretty much just about booked out the whole convention, our whole meeting room there. So, and it's going to be spectacular. So we hope to.
David keeps saying, have I got a lot of surprises for you? And this one's going to be above and beyond anything he's ever done. It's the 20th anniversary. And that's a huge thing because most companies in our profession don't make it to 5 years, let alone 20. And now that we're the darling of the profession, but David is continuing to pull back the curtain and share what's going on. And he will be sharing the new technology. He will be sharing the new product. Um, we don't think that they're going to have it for sale until after the convention, but it will be available for North America. And there's a gala at the end that everyone will want to be at. So make sure you stick around and give yourself a nice Sunday morning and have a great time on Saturday night. So we're going to get to be with all of our buddies. And I do want to mention, you know, a lot of people are going on the cruise. We didn't talk about the cruise, but I know there's lots of you that are going. And we're going to have such a great time out at sea, going through the Greek Isles, and get to spend time with each other. David will be on the cruise for part of the time. There will be a meeting with David on the cruise. So there's going to be about 500 of us, I believe. That was his hope, to have a really wonderful group to celebrate. Our first LifeWave trip was the 15th anniversary cruise, and there were 300. So things are growing everywhere we look, and the staff is growing. Meredith is doing a magnificent job bringing on really top-notch people in IT and events and recognition, all kinds of things. So if you're going on the cruise, let us know, because it'll be fun to hang out together.
And just
Okay.
one point of clarification, Robin was referencing the product, and that's the nutritional product that we've heard so much about for a while. And it just a little bit more complications in manufacturing and packaging. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be getting some when we're there, and we may or may not be able to place orders when we're there, but it will be available. If not available at the convention, it'll be available shortly after. And very soon they'll be announcing the virtual tickets. It'll be significantly less in cost than the physical event ticket, because you'll have to do your own banquet on Saturday night.
There you go. There you go.
You want to talk about the group invite tips?
I do. So we have two Facebook groups. One of them, called Live Younger, Facebook, is for brand partners only, and every single person you invite, they get checked out to make sure they're in the Live Younger community. And so please, when you're inviting people, invite people that are brand partners. It'll make everything easier, and have them answer all the questions. When you do invite people, use what's called permission marketing. Please don't spam people. Even if they're your teammates, let them know and invite them to the group. And so best practices are 5 a day. If you do too many, Facebook thinks you're spamming, and they may put you in Facebook jail. Our admins think you might have been spammed, and so they decline if you add too many. So please invite them, let them know that you've invited them, and follow up with them, engage with them, put their name in a relevant post. And there is a whole section in the guides on our Facebook groups that explains more of the details. Unfortunately, we have lost the welcome video on Vibrant Living. And so it is a Facebook group for prospects, for customers, for brand partners. And we never mention LifeWave or named products, but it's a wonderful community to invite people to. And so they get to be with the community and be inspired and want to go back there regularly. So there are some details on there. But when you do group invites, please pay attention to these details. Okay? Onward.
Okay. Well, onward, and just real quick, we've talked about the patchingparty.com, and this is a new website that's available to give you videos, training, and tools for conducting home patching parties or small group patching parties. We have the new liveyoungertools.com, where you can get business cards, info cards, and so many other wonderful things. And now LifeWave has LifeWave merchandise, where you can get shirts and hats with the LifeWave logo on them. And you've already heard this, that LifeWave in June was featured in the direct selling news and as being really the darling of the industry and a winner of the Bravo Award. And you can click here to read the entire article. And I think that's the main things we wanted to just touch on.
Oh, there's one more thing. Well, two more. Tomorrow night at the
Mhm.
Power of the Patch Showcase, which is a great place to invite guests so they can experience, hear about the product, the technology. David, the company, a practitioner will be on, and tomorrow night it's going to be Anne Moreau. And she's always a gem, and we always learn a lot from her. And then that's tomorrow night. And then on Thursday, in honor of the holiday, we will not be having our business chat. So please go celebrate, enjoy the day, and know that we're going to take the day off from that call.
Yep. And then the Sunday call, it just continues rocking it. So, and people be winding down from their vacations and maybe ready to go back to work and load it up with guests and prospects and partners and customers. So, with that being said, I think we're ready to call it a wrap, Robin.
Okay, well, thank you everyone and have a fabulous holiday. And please take the time to appreciate the freedom and independence that we do have and how fortunate we are here in the US and in Canada. And I know there's challenging times, but boy, the light's stronger than the dark and all is going to be great. So thanks for being a part of our really, really special Live Younger community, and love to all.
Thanks, everyone. Love you big.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Happy 4th of July. Safe and sane.